Next, Dr. Anup Anvikar and Dr. Rajesh Kumar Sharma from National Institute of Biologics, Noida. Sir has joined us physically. So please welcome.
Dr. Anup, welcome.
Sir, Dr. Rajesh has joined us physically.
I'm Dr. Rajesh.
बोलो है कुछ हाँ इधर होना चाहिए कुछ आवाज नहीं आ रहा
So please welcome International Consumer Policy Expert Dr. Bijon Mishra with a flower bouquet. So please welcome Dr. Sharad Kumar Agarwal, National President, Indian Medical Association.
He is not here.
No, sir, virtually, sir. Next, Professor Y.K. Gupta, National Scientific Coordinator, PBPI, and Chairperson, Signal Review Panel of PBPI. Sir has joined us virtually.
Welcome, sir.
Now, light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. Next, we welcome Professor Harmeet Singh Rehan, Director, Professor Head, Department of Pharmacology, Lady Harding Medical College, New Delhi. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity as sunlight expels the darkness of mind. Similarly, blessings bring in our life prosperity and happiness. To make this event a blessed one, invoke Goddess Saraswati by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. May I now request the esteemed guests and dignitaries to light the ceremonial lamp and inaugurate the proceedings of the 3rd National Pharmacovigilance Week 2023.
मेरे सर में दर्द हो रहा है बहुत।
I request our volunteers to kindly escort the guests for lamp lighting. Thank you all. Now, it's time to formally commence the inaugural event. We would like to start with the national anthem. I request everyone, physically or virtually, please rise up for the national anthem. National anthem, please. Thank you all. Now, I request our Honorable Secretary cum Scientific Director, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission and Drugs Controller General of India, Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi, to deliver the welcome address on this auspicious occasion of celebration for 3rd National Pharmacovigilance Week 2023.
Good morning, respected Professor Katoch, Professor Y.K. Gupta, sir, Dr. Anup, Dr. Bijan Mishra, Dr. Rehan, Dr. Sharma, and present dignitaries. It's a pleasure for all of us at IPC to welcome the August gathering today for this 3rd Pharmacovigilance Week, which we started celebrating 2 years ago. And wanted to thank all of you to take time to attend this in spite of your busy schedule. I'm sure that is an indication and signal for all of us that you all are supporting this whole program and IPC, because of which we have reached to this position in a very short period of time, last 10, 12 years. So a detailed report, sir, would be presented by Dr. Jayaprakash, but I would certainly like to touch upon some points which we have actually achieved as a milestone in the history of Pharmacovigilance Program of India, which includes the pharmacovigilance, material-vigilance, hemovigilance, and all three are doing exceptionally well when it comes to the mandate for the program. You must be knowing that in pharmacovigilance, we have nationally appointed more than 800, maybe around 850 centers for monitoring adverse events, which is a huge achievement for the program. We also crossed a big milestone of collecting more than 100,000 adverse events in a year in the year 2022, and the current year looks that we will be passing that with huge number the way things are going. And that's an indication that we are moving in the right direction. The data which is collected is being analyzed by experts. The relevant recommendations are being sent to regulatory agencies. And then we are also monitoring that actions are taken on the recommendations which we send from the program being run by IPC. So all in all, it's a very good development when I see in terms of numbers, because it's only about 12 years, I think, when since we started this program here in IPC. And from that standards, for me, it's certainly a big achievement. And service to patient, which is the ultimate goal for this program, is certainly being met directly or indirectly. And I'm sure the kind of support we have been getting from people like you, it will continue and we will keep on performing and meeting your expectations. People sitting here, Dr. Katoch, Dr. Gupta, Dr. Mishra, Dr. Rehan, everybody has been very closely associated with this program since beginning. And your guidance, your showing the path has always helped us in doing what we have been doing and reaching the place where we have reached. To the extent that you also know that we are also working very closely with WHO on the global map, on the global scene, and holding lots of small countries, especially in this part of the world, in the area of pharmacovigilance, through capacity building programs, through trainings, and through participation in different kind of symposiums and workshops. Some of our models have been picked up by WHO and have been replicated for other countries. So the reach has also gone beyond India. Having said that, I'm sure we have done a lot, but we should also introspect and look at what is the next which we have to do, because we have demonstrated our capability in appointing AMCs, in collecting the adverse events, in analyzing the data, and further processing of it. But we also now, I think it's high time we also start thinking that what is the next phase for pharmacovigilance program of India, and how do we lead that? How do we reach? How do we initiate? How do we innovate and try to see that how do we ultimately grow for the benefit of the patients? In any system, if we keep on doing the same thing, the numbers increases. Number will certainly increase, but that is not the role of the leadership which leads the program. Once it is become operational, it should be handed over to the middle management, and the leader should start looking for finding something new which would decide the next phase of this whole program. And I think everybody sitting here is one way or the other involved in the program. That is one area where I don't have hesitation in saying that we need to do a lot. And very few things are being actually done when it comes to giving thought to new and innovative ideas to take this program to next level. Minor things starting from publications to many more things where developing on the low cost model for expansion of the program, bringing technology into this whole activity, which gives you edge over others in collecting as well as analyzing and propagating the whole program and the benefit from it. We have huge scope of initiating research and PhD program at a setup like IPC, where we have complete infrastructure in terms of knowledge, in terms of the physical infrastructure, the people who are qualified enough to take these things. But unfortunately, we are not able to do that. And in last 2 years, 2.5 years, directly or indirectly, we have been trying, but there is something which is actually stopping us from entering into these new domains. So the role of leadership, somewhere we are missing, and we are happy doing what we are doing, which is not, which will take us to the next phase and actually keep our leadership position and make it sustainable. Unless until it grows really in terms of innovation and doing new things, the recognition is not sustainable. We have to keep on doing new things. We have to keep on innovating. And that's the area where I request all my leaders to help us, support us, and show us the path to get into those domains. Another very important area which I have been pushing for some time now is how do we bring the direct role of public into pharmacovigilance? Whatever we have grown today is almost 100% dependent on the professionals who are involved in the program. I haven't seen a significant growth in the involvement of direct public, patients, or their family members coming into the fold of pharmacovigilance and start reporting directly. And that is one area where, unless until we do and become successful in doing that, we will not get the real benefit and we will not be able to use the real potential of the whole program. So that is something which also needs attention from the PVPI leadership. And Pharmacovigilance Week is one of those tools which can be very well used for involving. And I think this year's theme to increase public confidence on pharmacovigilance, I'm sure has been thought to help in that area. But we have to keep it and keep thinking that what kind of activities can be done to bring the public directly into the pharmacovigilance program of India. And then we will see in terms of everything, we will get the low cost model also, we will get the number of reportings also exponentially increasing, and the real benefit directly to the patient would increase significantly. So a lot of things we have achieved, which cannot be written off. We have reached to a situation and position where we have demonstrated that we have that skill and knowledge to drive this whole program. But certainly we also have a lot more to do to take it to the next level. With these few words, I would again thank all of you for taking out time and attending this program and keep us motivated. And your guidance would always be required, and we would always look forward towards your support and guidance as you have been giving in the past. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for your guidance and support to us. Now, I would like to request Dr. Jayaprakash, Officer in Charge, Pharmacovigilance Program of India, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission to present the progress report of PVPI.
Thank you, Dipti. Good morning, everyone. All the respected participants. Before I tell you the progress report of the PVPI, I would also like to share the whole 1 week program planned by the Pharmacovigilance Program of India. Sir, this program started from 17th of September and it will end on 23rd of September 2023. And since yesterday and even in advance, the campaign for raising the awareness about the reporting and reaching out directly to the public is being seen from throughout the country. And we have planned to organize the PVPI stakeholders meet tomorrow, and thereafter the student participation and international webinar on updates of VG flow and optimum use of VG lies for signal detection. We have also kept public outreach activities at the level of National Coordination Center for Pharmacovigilance Program of India, as well as at the level of Adverse Drug Reaction Monitoring Centers. On fifth day, we have the public lectures by eminent speaker Professor Y.K. Gupta and and also from Dr. Vivek Ahuja. So navigating the patient safety, the expert insight. And last day, we will be having the valedictory ceremony wherein we have planned the panel discussion on emerging topics in pharmacovigilance, followed by the closing remarks and vote of thanks. Now let me take you to the journey of Pharmacovigilance Program of India and update about all the three important programs which are there under Pharmacovigilance Program of India. As you see from this slide, Pharmacovigilance Program of India is one of the important functions of Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, and boosting the public confidence in pharmacovigilance is the theme of the third National Pharmacovigilance Week. Please give me remote. So the Pharmacovigilance Program of India was recasted on 15th of April 2011 by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India through an order, and National Coordination Center was shifted from All India Institute of Medical Sciences to Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ghaziabad. It has also been recognized as the WHO Collaborating Centers in Pharmacovigilance in Public Health Programs and Regulatory Services since 18th of July 2017. And we have completed a tenure of 6 years, and the status for continuation of this as a WHO collaborating center in public health programs and regulatory services has again been provided by the World Health Organization. And the Material Vigilance Program of India is also an integral part of Pharmacovigilance Program of India. This program was launched from IPC on 6th of July 2015, and the National Coordination Center is located at IPC Ghaziabad. The third important element is the Hemovigilance Program of India, and Hemovigilance Program of India was launched on 10th of December 2012, and National Institute of Biologicals is the National Coordination Center for for Hemovigilance Program of India. Over the last 12 years period, the program has undergone expansion in different phases, and today we have 842 adverse drug reaction monitoring centers in different parts of the country, and except the two states, the program exists in all the state and union territories in India, and we are in the process of further expansion of this program and have taken the support from NABH as well as the Pharmacy Council of India, National Medical Commission, as well as National Medical Commission for supporting the cause of patient safety and for expansion of this program. The process of enrollment of new AMCs under the PVPI is quite simple. So there are total 4 steps. We seek the letter of enrollment from the new hospital or the healthcare facility, and we examine it at the level of National Coordination Center. Once we find it suitable, then we accord the approval, and approval is communicated to the newly proposed ADR monitoring center under PVPI, and we start providing the technical support, and we start providing the technical support to the newly approved AMC. Please move the slide. So we have different channels for reporting of adverse events and adverse drug reactions in PVPI. So anyone can report to the nearby ADR monitoring center through the VG flow as well as through the mobile application, and we have also the toll-free helpline number 1800-180-3024, and the ADR reporting forms are available at different ADR monitoring centers. So data is collected by the Pharmacovigilance Associates, and then after proper check at the level of AMC is sent to the National Coordination Center for PVPI. And we have also the collaboration with the public health programs like National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. There are 21 centers. National AIDS Control Program under NACO. National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program under the National Center for Disease Control, and the Universal Immunization Program. And we have also the active collaboration with NABH, and we are trying to further expand our collaboration with the academic institutions and the healthcare facilities as well. And if we look at the ADR reporting status, so far there are more than 7,30,000 ICSRs from Indian patients under the Pharmacovigilance Program of India, which are submitted to VG base. And you can see from this bar diagram how the reporting has increased over a period of time in the last 10 to 12 years period. We also have the toll-free helpline number, and the trend has been depicted here, and around 460 reports have been received this year from through the toll-free helpline number, and we are also receiving the reports through the mobile application, and this year we have received 782 reports. We are continuously organizing the skill development programs in pharmacovigilance, and the AMCs as well as the regional resource training centers across the country. They are taking active part in organizing the awareness programs, the training programs, as well as the advanced level training programs under the banner of Pharmacovigilance Program of India. And you can see from this bar diagram that since initiation of the National Pharmacovigilance Week, the number of training programs have gone up, and the number of the participants trained, they have also significantly increased. And this slide shows the PVPI recommendations to the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. We have issued 156 drug safety alerts and have recommended 56 package insert changes, including 12 signals to the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, and the Office of DCGI has taken note of our recommendations, and majority of the PVPI recommendations, they are implemented at the level of the pharmaceutical industry in the interest of patient safety. We are continuously trying to increase the global outreach also of the PVPI, and the findings of PVPI are also being published from time to time in WHO Pharmaceuticals newsletter, as you see from this slide. The quality scores of Indian ICSRs is relatively higher as compared to rest of the countries of the world, as you see from the blue line, and the dashed line, which shows the score of the quality of ICSRs from the rest of the countries. PVPI is also coming out with the resource materials for the benefit of the stakeholders. So we are publishing the annual performance report of PVPI and bringing out quarterly newsletters of Pharmacovigilance Program of India. And we have trained 6,000, we have trained more than 3,40,000 of the healthcare professionals by organizing 6,515 training programs. And this time we have also tried to sensitize the schools in Ghaziabad, and a letter has been sent by the district inspector of schools in Ghaziabad region to sensitize the student as well as the teachers at the school levels in Ghaziabad. This slide shows the glimpse of the second National Pharmacovigilance Week, which was celebrated last year in the month of September, and we had received an overwhelming response from across the country, and we are continuously issuing the monthly drug safety alerts. for the benefit of the healthcare professionals as well as for the patient. And at the global level, uh, our position is eighth in overall reporting of the individual case safety reports to WHO VG base. And among the 176 member countries under the WHO program for international drug monitoring,
ऊपर लगा दिए तो परफेक्ट हो
this
जाएगा,
has been
हो जाएगा
possible
लगाने को, या
because
दो
of
जगह पे
the
तो लगा दो.
because of the continuous efforts put in by the AMCs, the industry stakeholders, the volunteers, and all other stakeholders who are connected with this program. And in the time to come, uh, we we will see that the reporting is further enhanced. And if you look at the scientific publications, the scientific publications are also coming out from different AMCs as well as by the National Coordination Center for PVPI. And now I move on to the Material Vigilance Program of India. Material Vigilance Program of India has expanded the program, and as on date we have 387 medical device monitoring centers across the country, and the reporting status is also continuously increasing. And till August 2023, 5,737 adverse events due to medical devices have been received and are being continuously analyzed. And there are regional training centers across various cities in the country like PGI Chandigarh, Naipur Hajipur, AIMS Bhopal, uh, and at Visakhapatnam, Nimhans, as well as in Kerala. So there are there are medical device monitoring regional training centers under the Material Vigilance Program of India. And if we look at the achievement of the MVPI, MVPI has conducted 115 training programs, and 17,938 medical device adverse events have been processed, and they are also coming out with the e-newsletter of MVPI as well as scientific publications in national and international journals of repute are also coming out from the Material Vigilance Program of India. There have been many good initiatives taken by Material Vigilance Program of India, and by the intervention at the level of the Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, many states like Kerala, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka, they have issued the government orders for the expansion of Material Vigilance Program of India. And you can see the scientific publications which are coming out in international peer-reviewed journals from Material Vigilance Program of India as well. And the guest editorials, book chapters, research articles, as well as research papers, they are also continuously coming out through the Material Vigilance Program of India. The third important part under Pharmacovigilance Program of India is the Hemovigilance Program of India. And Hemovigilance Program of India is now the mandate of the National Institute of Biologicals and they have the objectives for tracking the adverse events due to transfusion medicines, due to blood and blood related product, and looking into the ADRs being experienced by the recipient as well as by the donors, and they have the international linkage with World Health Organization, Royal Government of Bhutan, and HVPI is also the part of International Chemovigilance Network. The number of the blood centers under the HVPI have been increased, and the current strength is 1,443, and there is also increase in the number of the adverse drug reactions, and they have organized 81 continuing medical education programs and workshops, and have trained more than 15,000 participants from blood centers and different clinicians, nurses, as well as the technical staff who are involved in transfusing the blood and blood related product. And so far 36 articles have come out under the Hemovigilance Program of India, and the concept of hemovigilance nurse has also been realized and implemented through the HVPI, and there are hemovigilance nurses at PGI Chandigarh, NHSRCC Children's Hospital at Mumbai, Mahatma Gandhi Medical College and Hospital at Jaipur, and Sanjay Gandhi Postgraduate Institute and Medical Sciences at Lucknow, and they have also made the effort for inclusion of hemovigilance program related adverse events in NABH standard guidance document, and many guidance documents are also under the preparation under the Hemovigilance Program of India, and they have taken also the keen interest in organizing various national level programs attended by a variety of participants, and they also released the guidance document for reporting blood donor adverse reactions. And the guidance document was released by the Honorable State Health Minister Dr. Bharti Praveen Kumar, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, on 30th of June 2022, and other important seminars and events of national importance are also being undertaken by the Hemovigilance Program of India. The severity grading tool study as well as the multi-centric cross-sectional questionnaire survey on effectiveness of Hemovigilance Program of India is also underway by the National Institute of Biologicals, and in the time to come, they intend to increase the enrollment of the more blood bank under the Hemovigilance Program of India, and continuously analyzing the data, training the healthcare professionals, and undertaking the research in area of hemovigilance. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation, and let us join hands with Pharmacovigilance Program of India in the interest of patient safety. Thank you very much for your attendance.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful report. Now, I would like to request our next dignitary, Professor V.M. Katoch, Chairman, Scientific Body, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, who has joined with us through virtual mode to address the gathering. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, actually, there may be some interruptions due to very heavy rains. But anyway, I think the next 10 minutes, there shouldn't be much interruption. First of all, I must compliment Dr. Raghuvanshi, Dr. Jayaprakash, for I think very nice introduction to the program. And I think we're really summing up you, what you what you intend to achieve. I think there's absolute clarity actually. There's no confusion. Now, when we look back, what thoughts they come to me when you invited me. First, of course, I'm associated with you, so I must wish you all success because I've seen the success and I wish you more and more success as the time moves. Secondly, I know I'm very aware of the genesis and the contributions made by people like Professor Y.K. Gupta in nurturing the program, building the program. And then, this 12 years that the leadership provided by the IPC actually. Now, there are a huge number of partners, many prominent institutions. Like I see Dr. Vikas Mehdi from PJ Chandigarh. He's one of the very pivotal person in most of these regulatory affairs. I saw the people from the AIMS. Saw the people from the other institutions. And you mentioned, right from the north to the south, network is there now. Network has been created. So there is a expansion of the program, as Dr. Raghuvanshi said, professionally and infrastructure wise, human resource wise. That means people who are supposed to lead it and contribute to it for the actually. Institutionalization for biological is there, institutions, other people who have partners. From pharmacovigilance to material vigilance to vigilance, and moving on to even the veterinary side. Actually. So we are going to be having I think, a plethora of the partners. That's all is there actually. The people like Indian missionaries out there, they connect us to different the providers. The point arises, what next actually? What the question have been posed by Dr. Raghuvanshi actually. See, to make into a people's movement, I think it's the real, I think, thrust, which he has said, that he knows it and the IPC knows it, Dr. Jayaprakash knows it, and all the people who contribute, they know it actually. But how to go about it actually? See, the point arises, until and unless people see a benefit in something, they will be very superficial partners. Well, around this time, another program is celebrated, the Hindi Divas, around this time, Hindi Pakhwada. And being a government, firstly a semi-government and then a government employee, I've been a part of that story for 20 years. I think 15 years as administrator, both as a director and then of course in the Delhi. I wrote everything in Hindi actually because it's a mandated to do that. But it is that spirit in the people last hardly for that Pakhwada only. When you look back, as a DG, I was writing everything in Hindi. As a secretary, I was writing in Hindi. But was the performance of my organization going up? Unrealistically, no, actually. The point is, other people, for them, it's a symbolic exercise. They don't see a benefit in it. It's like something, a mandatory thing to be done. So they'll do for a while and move away. But the pharmacovigilance, it is a question of your life and death, actually. People may die if you're not aware of it. And many people this will lead to some chronic death, slow death in many people over a period of time if the drug is being used for chronic conditions. Or if people are mixing the chronic condition of one party with the other party. So a number of things which happen there, which we don't know. So now the point is that we have used structured and it is expanding. I'm telling you the IPs because I hear them every 3 months or something. And also by the partners across the important institutions I'm talking about. That's immense actually. I don't see a slackness anywhere actually. No, the spirit is true actually. It is not a symbolic. But that ultimately people don't join. People, how they'll join actually? Once they see a benefit, they see something goes wrong with me. It can happen to me. I mean, if you see the faith in the system, I've been people among the policymakers, among the people in leaders at one time. But point is, I never use a drug which is less than 10 years old. Actually, the point is simple, because when is it introduced and then they're reporting, particularly in a country like India, then you know that there was no faith in the system, because there was no system first. Now there is a system in which it is partially reported, so that it is a translation of the information into a decision and to information to the life of a person. That means something has started happening in a, say, in one state, in one area. Maybe the people are genetically different, or they're being treated for a condition which is not present in other parts of the country. Then are they reporting? Is the medical college they active enough? Are they active themselves, or they see the danger for themselves? Or we are communicating the results to them if I talk the report coming to us. See, that communication, that means the data getting converted into a report, into statistics, into a publication, that is one thing actually. But it doesn't bring a benefit to a person directly, and the person doesn't become a stakeholder. It's not your fault, but you have to find a way how that disease, that communication to the people becomes stimulating to them. You know, they see a stake in the long-term science of the program. They see a stake, like, you know, maybe something getting replaced. Some part was bad, it was replaced. Some lens was bad, it was replaced. So that catching the imagination of people, then, you know, people will not be looking for, you know, there's something, any model being used anywhere actually. They will definitely start asking questions after a while. Few people will ask this year, more will ask next year. So eventually this will benefit the people, may not be individual, but society as a whole. So I think that connect with the masses, how it is to be built into, I think that will have to be a focus of what we do, you know, for example, in this awareness program also, and try to understand the perception of the people who are already you have connected to them, and getting their, you know, what they feel like. Are they worried about it? They really understand it. Are they worried about the dangers of mixing two, three pathies together at a time? Or even the doctors mixing 10 drugs at a time which have never been tried. You know, this is the problem with a very congenital problem in the allopathy actually. And maybe the 90% of our doctors, they mix 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, they don't understand what will happen actually. They don't remember the pharmacology, their interactions by that time. But many of the interactions may not be known earlier because they were never investigated. Or, you know, that the drugs they have come for a life-saving conditions and they are very recent. They don't understand, it has not been kept up, not addressed. So I think these gray areas, you know, gray areas means among the professionals, gray areas among the people, and they're the activists. That is to be a plan has to be laid for that. It can't be, you know, just an expression of a feelings. But I was very delighted to, you know, hear the, I mean, of course, the progress made by Dr. Jayaprakash, that tells to all of us, that gives the energy, you know, that the years wasted spent by the people like Y.K. Gupta and, you know, other senior professionals, and then the IPC as an organization, they have not gone waste. We have produced, we have moved way ahead actually. It's one of the successful stories. But now the question is to building into a people's movement, you know, where the people see a stake, people get the benefit, they'll get the benefit if see a stake. If they look for a stake, if they look for a benefit, then, you know, it will not be a just passive, some center recognized. We centers have been recognized, they don't put anything. It is not for them a issue of the doctor there. They don't see there's nothing wrong with that. But that's really, you can't fight them. You know, there's has to be the movement has to be gently built. But it can't be built in a long term. You know, you start building as fast as possible. So try to get the first number of other partners who are more stronger activists. Partners don't create the resentment among the people, but they create a good waves, you know. That means they're good leaders, public leaders. The doctors who talk nicely to the people who are they are convinced, able to convince the people. And then, you know, the groups like the NGOs will come to more into picture. This is an many diseases, I think nobody bothers about it. The government has very minimal attention to that. Government has minimal money for that. NGOs, they go to the courts, they force the government to take decisions. So that story will come and come very soon. So I think building into a people's movement, I think that is the, I think the constant thinking that should be there. There should be constant thinking even when we address the people, different people in this week, and then after beyond that actually. because that's, I think, that's a very much a thinking at the IPC level, as reflected by Dr. Raghuvanshi. And that's very much a feeling in among all the professionals who have contributed, who are continue to contribute today. And to me, as far as I'm concerned, as a person, I said, because I think in my lifetime, I also should have a faith in the system that something, well, what we are getting, what has been reported, then I also should start using a drug which is less than 5 years. So far, I cut off 10 years or more. I see something has stayed there in the Western system because they go into the neck of the people. So that's there. But it's not a matter of pride that I wait for the data too much from the West. Actually. India as a nation, I think we should be relying on our data, which Indians have started. But as a nation, as a people, we have now more faith in ourselves, our own innovations, our own instruments, our own equipment, our own drugs, our own vaccines. We have our own faith, actually. Dr. Abdul Kalam brought a faith in ourselves as an innovation in defense. So you see in the space, but then you see in every sphere of life. So as our nation at this stage of life, as is a nation, actually. But for the pharmacovigilance program, it has to be a very specific action. It is not a one action. It is not a one slogan. It is not a emotional outburst in 1 week. It has to be a sustained action where you plan that you generate the information and you make it workable to the people. But the situation is very complex in India because of the complex type of our socioeconomic structures, complex type of their behavior towards the pathies, and the system we have created. I think that part has been taken care of, but now other people have to connect. I think I take this opportunity to convey my greetings to entire leadership of the IPC. I think I see people like Dr. Baiki Gupta. I talked to him also before, and to start with, Anvikar, I see Dr. Mehdi, I see Dr. Rehan, and many other people, who are there. May not be able to see them on the screen. So I convey my personal greetings to all of you, and I wish this we gain strength in translation and the implementation as faster as possible, so that ultimately the benefits reach to the people. Journey is tough, but I think we are on the way. Good luck to everyone. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. May I now request our next dignitary, Dr. Anoop Anvikar, Director, National Institute of Biologicals, Noida, who has joined with us through virtual mode to address the gathering. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Dr. V.M. Katoch, former Secretary DHR, DGICMR, and also the Chairman of the Scientific Body of the IPC. Dr. Suresh Chandra Sharma, Chairman of the National Medical Commission. Dr. Sharad Kumar Agrawal, President of the Indian Medical Association. Professor Y.K. Gupta, former Dean AIMS, and also the National Scientific Coordinator of the PVPI. Dr. Bijon Mishra, Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi, DCGI and the Secretary IPC, Dr. Jay Prakash, Head PVPI, ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely pleased to participate in this National Pharmacovigilance Week today. And this is the third edition of the celebration of this week. And this week really boosts the activities of the pharmacovigilance program and really helps to implement them in a better manner and also to review where we are and where we want to go. And the theme of boosting the public confidence in pharmacovigilance is of paramount importance. Confidence is the foundation of a good healthcare delivery. When people trust that the medicines, vaccines, devices which are used on them are rigorously monitored, then their confidence boosts. And pharmacovigilance program exactly does this activity. We are the pharmacy of the world. We make available the commodities at an affordable cost so that their access could be improved. But at the same time, there is no compromise on the regulation of these commodities. And pharmacovigilance is just one of the modalities for monitoring the safety of the commodities. In the recent years, this concept has expanded to include the hemovigilance as well as materiovigilance. I am happy to inform you that the National Institute of Biologicals takes care of the hemovigilance program of India in collaboration and with support from the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, and that program is also now almost 11 years old, and our institute will be presenting some data related to the hemovigilance during the course of this particular week. The annual observance of the National Pharmacovigilance Week is not merely an event on the calendar. It is a crucial initiative dedicated to safeguarding the public health and also enhancing the public confidence in the pharmaceutical industry. And it is really good to see the active involvement of all the key stakeholders like the pharmacovigilance centers, of course, the Indian Medical Association, medical colleges, and regulators, etc. And this week will definitely help to further strengthen this particular activity. Thank you, and let us commit to a year-round dedication to pharmacovigilance and also the patient safety. I wish a huge success to this program. Thank you. Over.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. May I now request our next dignitary, Dr. Bijon Mishra, International Consumer Policy Expert, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Namaskar. And see, I feel very happy and very delighted. Whenever I visit IPC, it takes me back to 2010, 2011. And then the journey which Jayaprakash ji made us go through. बड़ा comprehensive था. इतने काम कर रहे हो आप. बहुत मेहनत लग रहा है ना. क्या ये आसान है? क्या बोल रहे हैं आप? आसान है कि बहुत मेहनत है? मुस्कुराहट है कि नहीं है? बिकॉज हम ये देख रहे थे कि आप लोग इतना काम कर रहे हो, एंड देन वी हैव अ वेरी डायनेमिक डायरेक्टर आईपीसी एंड कंट्रोलर जनरल डॉक्टर राजीव सिंह रघुवंश. आप लोगों को सबको मालूम है उन्होंने सारे जो प्रक्रिया रही पहले उसको तोड़ ताड़ कर वो आ गए प्राइवेट सेक्टर से. कितना बदलाव कभी हम लोग सोचे ही नहीं थे. बट अभी तो हम लोग का हीरा है अंडर द लीडरशिप ऑफ मोदी जी, बहुत ही अलग किस्म का हीरा है. वो रेगुलर जो काम हो रहा है उसके बाहर काम कर रहे हैं. जैसे आपने G20 देखा, मतलब होल वर्ल्ड इज रिकॉग्नाइजिंग, and that is what we are all having a mission now. The whole world is looking at India, how India can be different than the world. अब हम लोग हमारे जयप्रकाश जी ने 8th रैंक बताया इंडिया रिपोर्टिंग, और हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि हम लोग 3rd मोस्ट इकोनॉमिकली पावरफुल कंट्री बनेंगे, एंड वी आर वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स दैट. वी ऑलमोस्ट रीच्ड 5th. सो 8 से 1 कैसे हो हम लोग, वो प्रयास. और हमारे डॉक्टर राजीव जी ने जो कहा, अब हम लोग को हटकर सोचना हो. ये नहीं कि जो डरे से चल रहा है उसी चलते रहेंगे, ऐसे ही करते रहेंगे, ये नहीं चलेंगे. एंड माय पैनल मेंबर्स जो लोग हैं, प्रोफेसर कटोच, वेरी डायनेमिक टैलेंटेड पर्सन, डॉक्टर अनु, देन शरद जी, प्रोफेसर वाई को तो कहेंगे. हमको लगता है कि ही वाज बोर्न टू डू मतलब जो हमारा अनुभव है कि डॉक्टर साहब ने जन्म लिया है कि पीवीपीआई को हमको आगे बढ़ाना है, और उनका मतलब अब नाम मतलब गोल्डन में चले जाएंगे गोल्डन में, PDPI means वाई के गुप्ता, and I'm so proud that we are all associated with him. And जब भी कोई भी तकलीफ होता है हम लोग दौड़ कर उनके पास जाते हैं और पूछते हैं कि अब आप बताइए क्या करना, यू नो। अब हम लोग तो हम केवल 2-3 चीज पे ध्यान आकर्षित करेंगे। एक तो आपका जो थीम है बूस्टिंग पब्लिक कॉन्फिडेंस इन फार्माकोविजिलेंस। कॉन्फिडेंस कहां से आता है, कोई बताएंगे? कॉन्फिडेंस कहां से आता है? कोई बोलिए बोलिए, डरिए मत, बोलिए ना। कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे आता है? हाँ, नॉलेज से। वेरी गुड। और क्या? सॉरी,
हार्ड वर्क सर।
हार्ड वर्क। और कॉन्फिडेंस आता है ट्रस्ट से। यू ऑल नो, आप लोग भी बचपन बिताए हो, जब आपके बाबूजी आपको ऊपर उठा कर फेंक देते हैं, हम लोग डरते नहीं है, मुस्कुराते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे अंदर में बचपन में भी वो कॉन्फिडेंस है कि हम जरूर हमारे बाबूजी हमको पकड़ लेंगे। एंड दैट कॉन्फिडेंस कम्स आउट ऑफ ट्रस्ट। एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग टू बिल्ड ट्रस्ट, यू नो, सॉल्यूशंस देयर इज दैट ऑलवेज हम ये कहते हैं ट्रस्ट आता है पारदर्शिता के साथ। आप एक ट्रांसपेरेंट हो, खुलकर बात करते,
തനിക്കൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടോ? എനിക്ക് എത്ര ഉണ്ട്?
अकाउंटेबल होंगे। सॉरी, आप लोग यहाँ है नहीं तो आपसे हम पूछ नहीं सकते हैं, आपका अंदर में जो है आप एक अंदर ही रखिए। तो what I would say is that the confidence is built out of transparency and accountability. Somebody said, you know, that information or knowledge which you call, but most important thing is, you see, हमको पता लगना चाहिए हम घर के बगल में कौन सा एएमसी है, हमको मालूम। अब हो सकता है आपको मालूम हो, लेकिन हमको नहीं मालूम। हमको मालूम होना चाहिए कि हमारे घर के बगल में एएमसी कहाँ है और हम एएमसी विजिट कर सकते हैं कि, और हम विजिट करने के बाद हम अपना रिपोर्ट दे सकते हैं कि एज अ पब्लिक, तब कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड होगा। क्योंकि जब तक अब छू कर नहीं देखो, अब जब तक उसको महसूस नहीं करोगे, आपके अंदर में वो विश्वास नहीं आएगा, आपके अंदर में वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आएगा। अब जितना भी रिपोर्ट दे दो, एविडेंस आएगा तब। मुस्कुराइए जरा, अब बहुत सीरियसली देखते, हमको लगता है अब खा लोगे, हमको चबा दोगे। ऐसा मत देखो भाई, डर लगता है। You see what I want to tell you all is very frankly, because you people are so talented यार। आप जब आईपीसी ज्वाइन किए हो, आपको एक मिशन के साथ ज्वाइन। हम आपको ये एक सुझाव देना चाहेंगे कि आज का कार्यक्रम जो न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी भी है, ट्राई टू इनवाइट इंटर्न्स जो समर हॉलिडे में उसको मालूम ही नहीं है वो कहां जाएं, उनको नहीं मालूम वो विंटर हॉलिडेज में कहां जाएं, उनको इनवाइट कीजिए आईपीसी, उनको पीवीपीआई प्रोग्राम में इनवाइट कीजिए और उनको बोलिए कि आप हमारा 842 एडीआर जो है उसका एक रिपोर्ट बनाइए। आप बनाइए, एक थर्ड पार्टी बनाए, अननोन पर्सन बनाए, बट ट्रेंड, वो पढ़ाई कर रहा है फार्मेसी, ऐसे आदमी को आप नियुक्त करो। इतने फार्मेसी कॉलेजेस हैं हमारे कंट्री, उनके इंटर्न्स को इन्वॉल्व करो आईपीसी। वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। यू सी व्हाट आई वांट टू टेल यू इज, पब्लिक कॉन्फिडेंस तब आएगा जब आप पब्लिक को एंगेज करोगे। yesterday we celebrated the 73rd birthday of our honorable prime minister, yes or no? Yes. We all celebrated Vishwakarma. We also celebrated World Patients Day. और उसका भी जो थीम था इस साल का, और engaging patients for patients day, almost similar to what Pharmacovigilance का थीम है, engaging patients, और यहाँ पर building confidence, public confidence. How do we engage them? And as I heard, you know, our earlier speakers in the panel, Katochi bhi bole, you know, how do you attract them to get engaged? What is that benefit? I will tell you the benefit, because I come from the patients group. I come from that place where I represent the consumers, where I have been involved with IPC from 2010 onwards. 2010 से I'm involved. And pharmacovigilance program 2011 से actually शुरू हुआ, and I still remember how we got to do the feedback form for common citizens. सारे कंज्यूमर ग्रुप्स 20-25 लोगों को ऑल ओवर इंडिया से लाए यहाँ आईपीसी में, उन लोगों को होल डे बैठाए. जयप्रकाश जी आप थे उस समय? नहीं 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 थे बिकॉज उस समय डॉक्टर जीएन सिंह रहे. आई नो दैट. एंड वी हैड अ फैंटास्टिक डेलिब्रेशन. वो जो फॉर्म बना है, हम उनको ये कन्विंस किए कि जिनके लिए फॉर्म बना रहे हो, आप उनको नहीं एंगेज करोगे तो वो फॉर्म कभी बनेगा नहीं, उस ढंग का नहीं बनेगा जो पब्लिक के लिए होना चाहिए. पब्लिक को आप जब तक बुलाओगे नहीं, उनसे नहीं पूछोगे और उनको जबरदस्ती एक फॉर्म दे दोगे करने के लिए, वो कभी सक्सेसफुल नहीं. And that is why in our scientific studies which we do, what I learned in the business management school and which I teach today is always do a pilot before you go and do the main. पायलट करना. हम ये बोलना चाह रहे हैं कि ये जो 850 मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर्स हैं, ये आपका बैकबोन. One day I want to see in the coming 12 months those 850 sitting in one place in one auditorium, and we know that so and so is from Trivandrum, so and so is from Meerut, or so and so is from which part of the country. Seeing is believing. आप virtually करो, no problem, because today technology plays a very important role. And Dr. साहब ने भी कहा, Dr. राजीव जी ने भी कहा इस पे, you should use technology, but at the same time, when we use technology, it has to be used in a manner that it gives you clear evidences. हर साल एक फीडबैक और एक स्टडी होनी चाहिए, और हम आपको बहुत एक साधारण रूप दिए हैं कि स्टूडेंट्स लोग इन्वॉल्व करो. When I look at the whole mapping of pharmacies in our country, we have 800,000 pharmacies in our country, as per record what people tell me. All pharmacies are important for you in terms of this program. आप imagine करो 800,000 pharmacies of the country getting involved with your PVPI program. अभी आप एक इमेजिन कीजिए कि क्या होगा उस प्रोग्राम. हम दौड़ कर जाते हैं फार्मेसीज के पास दवाई लेने के लिए, और वो फार्मेसीज हमको मुस्कुराते हुए कह दे, आपको यदि दवाई में कोई तकलीफ होगा, आप प्लीज हमको आके रिपोर्ट. और फार्मेसीज वुड बी द पीपल हु विल अट्रैक्ट यू, बिकॉज दे आर योर नियरेस्ट फ्रेंड. यस और नो? यहाँ से कितने लोग फार्मेसीज बैकग्राउंड से आए हैं, फार्माकोलॉजी से? हाथ उठाइए. वाह वाह, सही है कि नहीं? हम सही बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं? You all are the backbone, isn't it? Because you see, a doctor gives you a prescription based on your diagnosis, but your best friend is your pharmacy. You go to that person to not only take that medicine, but also guiding you how to take that medicine. What to do if it doesn't work? कभी भी हम लोग इस पे ध्यान दिए हैं? Yes or no? No. So if no, we have to start. That's the first thing we have to do. In the coming 12 months, जयप्रकाश जी के next year कितना चाहिए, कितने फार्मेसीज हम लोग एंगेज. और क्या हम लोग सबसे अच्छा जो है, जो एम्बेसडर्स है, हमारे 850 मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर्स, उनको एक्टिव की. उनको इस तरह से एक एंगेजमेंट कीजिए ताकि पब्लिक what I wanted to share with you is that the whole objective of PBI program is nationwide system for efficiency, creating a nationwide system for efficiency. और आपके रिपोर्ट में भी देखा फैंटास्टिक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव रिपोर्ट. मेरा कहना है कि हमको तो ये रिपोर्ट एकदम it sounded like a real golden book. A fantastic, report. क्या comprehensive. लेकिन आम लोगों तक ये रिपोर्ट जानी चाहिए. केवल हम लोग तक सीमित नहीं होनी चाहिए. आप लोग इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, क्यों इस 4 वॉल के अंदर ही खाली सीमित है? इसको और प्रोपोगेट कीजिए. हमको मालूम है लाइव चल रहा है. हम जयप्रकाश जी से पूछे थे कि ये लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग होगा कि नहीं, आप इसको रिकॉर्ड करोगे कि नहीं, आप इसको यूट्यूब में दिखाओगे कि नहीं. वो बोले हाँ, हम लोग पूरा अरेंजमेंट कर. वेरी गुड. Because today that is technology. We have people who are watching, spending time, especially senior citizens. They are all the time wanting to know कि हमारा देश कहाँ जा रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, किस ढंग से चल रहा है. हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं घर बैठ के. They can tell their grandchildren about pharmacovigilance, material vigilance. All these things what has to be communicated. So my suggestion is that, and as I have been always telling Rajiv ji from the time he took over, a robust communication strategy बनी चाहिए. बहुत ही robust. जैसे हमारा जागो ग्राहक जागो हम लोग बनाए थे 2005-2006 में. अभी उसका शाइन थोड़ा खराब गड़बड़ हो रहा है, बट फिर से हम लोग धूल हटाकर उसको फिर शाइन में लाएंगे. ये कोशिश चल रहा है. See, what I want to tell you all is that पैसे की कमी नहीं है हमारे देश में. लकीली पैसे की कमी नहीं है. अब हम लोग वो बोलकर नहीं निकल सकते हैं कि हम लोग गरीब देश नहीं है. हम लोग अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज को अनुदान दे रहे हैं. हम लोग कई कंट्रीज को अनुदान दे रहे हैं. हम लोग अनुदान पे नहीं जी रहे हैं. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री अब अनुदान पे इंडिया को नहीं जीने का लक्ष्य रख रहे हैं. वो कह रहे हैं पार्टनरशिप. हम भी डालेंगे, आप भी डालो. वर्ल्ड के सब लीडर्स को बुलाकर उनका केवल एक ही जो था, वी आर वन फैमिली, वी आर वन नेशन. So we have to go with that. And the only way you can go with that is to develop partnership. आपके अंदर में जितने टैलेंट है सब टेबल पे लाइए. आप कुछ ऐसा काम बताइए जो हम लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं. And we will recognize the best ideas. जैसे हमको याद है, जब हम टाटा स्टील के साथ इन्वॉल्व थे या टाटा के साथ इन्वॉल्व थे, जमशेदपुर में रहते थे, I still remember. They used to have every fortnight best suggestion awards. And suggestions which will bring economic benefit to the company in terms of processes and systems and changes. अब जो शॉप फ्लोर में काम कर रहा है, that person will know कि कहां पर हम वेस्टेज कम कर सकते हैं और कहां पर हम इनोवेशन ला सकते हैं. उसी ढंग से आईपीसी हैज टू वर्क कि हम कहां पीवीपीआई. देखिए, हम आपको बता रहे हैं, हम कई बार सुने हैं लोगों से, मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर से, अरे हम लोगों को क्या देते हैं वो लोग साल भर में, कुछ नहीं मिलता है. देयर कंप्लेनिंग. हम उनको बोलते हैं जो देता है उसका कैसे उपयोग कर रहे हो वो तो बताओ तो सही, तब ना हम आपको और ज्यादा देंगे. आप पैसे तो मांग रहे हो ज्यादा, लेकिन ये नहीं बोल रहे हो कि आप उत्तरदायित्व कैसे होंगे. You see, what I always want to say that if you want more salary, you have to justify why you need more salary. Then you have to show that You are contributing more than what you are being paid. And then you can say, हमको भी भागीदारी दीजिए जो हम बेनिफिट लाए हैं. सारे एएमसी को अकाउंटेबल कीजिए, ट्रांसपेरेंट कीजिए. हम आपको बता रहे हैं, जब तक आप वो नहीं करेंगे, ये पीवीपीएफ प्रोग्राम कभी सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो. और जिस दिन आप करना शुरू कर देंगे, 850 क्या हम बोल रहे हैं, हजारों में एएमसी खुल जाएगा देश में, हजारों में. क्योंकि उनको वो बेनिफिट दिखेगा, उनको महसूस होगा, उनको रिकग्निशन मिलेगा, उनको रिवॉर्ड मिलेगा. और उसी ढंग से पब्लिक एंगेज होंगे. फार्मेसीज से पहले शुरू कीजिए. फार्मेसीज विल रीच आउट टू द सिटीजन्स, बिकॉज ऐसा कोई व्यक्ति नहीं है जो फार्मेसी नहीं विजिट करता है, वेदर इट इज एन ओटीसी प्रोडक्ट और अ प्रिस्क्रिप्शन प्रोडक्ट. इनफैक्ट साबुन तक और आपके टूथपेस्ट तक आप लेने में फार्मेसी में चले जाते. सो माय सिंपल मैसेज टुडे इज, एंड थैंक्स फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी. आई फील ऑलवेज वेरी प्राउड. जयप्रकाश जी बहुत कुंभा कर रहे थे कि कैसे लाएंगे, क्या करेंगे. फिर जयप्रकाश जी को हमको कन्विंस करना पड़ा. देखिए, हम दिल्ली तो आ ही रहे हैं, अब बुलाइए मत बुलाइए, हम तो पहुंच जाएंगे. लोग, ये हमारा मन है. आज 12 तारीख को कॉलेज ऑफ इंडिया ने एक बहुत भारी भयंकर प्रोग्राम किया मेडियन होटल स्पेशल सेफ्टी में. तो हम तो उसके लिए आ ही रहे हैं. आजकल हम हैदराबाद में रहते हैं, 40 साल बिताए जमशेदपुर में, फिर उसके बाद 27 साल दिल्ली में बिताए. अब बच्चों के पास चले गए हैदराबाद. लेकिन दिल्ली इज ज्यादा दूर नहीं है, दिल्ली दूर नहीं है. वी ऑल हैव टू कम टू दैट. आपको छोड़कर हम लोग रह ही नहीं सकते. तो आप जब बुलाएंगे हम आ जाएंगे, नहीं भी बुलाएंगे तभी भी आएंगे. यही बोल दिया आप, बिकॉज एक हम लोग का लगाव है इस जगह से. See, as a person who represents the voice of the citizens and who represents the patients, the consumers, 40 साल हो गए इस जर्नी में. और आप सब इतना संबंध बन गया है. जितने हमारे पैनल मेंबर्स हैं, everybody is a friend of mine. And not today. We know each other for 20 years, 30 years, like that. And the beauty is, ये फ्रेंडशिप में भी टूटता ही नहीं. अभी भी डॉक्टर सुरेंद्र सिंह, डॉक्टर जीएन सिंह कंटिन्यूअस टच में. इट इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ द रिलेशनशिप. तो जब तक आप रिलेशनशिप नहीं बनाएंगे, आपका एंगेजमेंट नहीं होगा. रिलेशनशिप बनाने के लिए दो चीज है. एक है विश्वास पैदा करना, और विश्वास पैदा करने के लिए ट्रांसपेरेंट एंड अकाउंटेबल होना अनिवार्य है. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर गिविंग मी दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी.
Thank you, sir, for the influential words. Now, I would like to request our next dignitary, Professor Y.K. Gupta, National Scientific Coordinator, Pharmacovigilance Program of India, and Chairperson, Signal Review Panel of PVPI, to address the gathering. Sir has joined with us through virtual mode. We welcome you, sir.
Namaskar, and pranam to everybody. And I must say, I'm not as lucky as my friend and very close associate Bejon ji. He wo pahunch gaya, lekin I am feeling really slightly uncomfortable by speaking from outside the country. But I am equally good because my respected colleague, friend, philosopher, Dr. Katoch is also at the cool place at home. So, Dr. Katoch, and I would say we have been associated for long, and now at this forum also, Dr. Raghuvanshi, Dr. Anvikar, who is one of the most dynamic person now, Dr. John. I can see Ari Gupta Sahab, who is also so active, and of course, इसमें हमें कहने की जरूरत नहीं है, the lifeline of many of such programs, my friend Dr. Vikas, and many others. I could see Dr. Meera Desai also, and many others. I really must congratulate Dr. Raghuvanshi for wonderful dynamic leadership. And I also congratulate Dr. Jayaprakash and the entire team, which I have been working with them for so long. And I know how dedicated they are for the pharmacovigilance. In fact, I would say they have married to Pharmacovigilance Program of India. तो जब मैरी करते हैं तो फिर बीच बीच में परेशानियां भी आती हैं, but they have been solving those problems in such a wonderful manner. And I also appreciate and place on record the contribution of the other members who have rather done excellent work, Kalai Silvan and many others, of course, Anvikar also in this. I think much has been said, and I echo the sentiments which Dr. Raghuvanshi has said, and I also echo the sentiments which Dr. Katoch has said, and also Dr. Bijan and Anvikar has said. Now, I would say हमको सबने एक चीज कही कि public confidence, technology, and what next. And I always say, my एक तकिया कलाम बन गया है at almost of the time that if we are doing some project, we are doing some work, or I am evaluating some project, I just ask two questions. So what? अरे ये है तो what? So what? अगर हमारे पास फार्माकोविजिलेंस प्रोग्राम हमने एम्स में शुरू किया था 2010 में, so what? Now the answer is, and what next? The second question I ask, what next? So the next, so what we have shown today's context that we have reached to 850 centers, and we have now getting 1 lakhs adverse drug reaction हमारे पास आ रहे हैं, हमारे पास इतने expertise हैं जो कि यहाँ पे हैं. We have a full political support, we have a full scientific backup. So what next? And I think ये सबने कहा, और सबने एक चीज कही कि हमारे पास पब्लिक कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, ये मैसेज पब्लिक तक जाना चाहिए. एंड दैट इज व्हाट द वन ऑफ द मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ टुडेज. एंड आई वुड से वन थिंग, जब 2010 में हम इसका चार्टर बना रहे थे तो हमने बहुत बड़े बड़े उसमें ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं लिखे थे, जिससे कि हमको बाद में पार्लियामेंट पूछा कि आपने कितने ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव किए. हमने पहला ऑब्जेक्टिव लिखा था to create awareness of medicine safety and drug and pharmacovigilance in the country. हमने in the country लिखा था बड़ा साफ साफ, और वो इसलिए लिखा था कि when I used to attend meeting of pharmacovigilance, my wife who was oncologist radiotherapist for 20 years used to ask me कि ये vigilance की meeting में आप क्यों जाते हो. So that was the awareness at that time. Vigilance was pharmacovigilance में difference नहीं पता था लोगों को, और अब I think we have achieved at least this objective so clearly that pharmacovigilance, medicine safety has become a buzzword in all medical colleges, medical institutions across the country. उस समय जब गुलाम नबी आजाद को पार्लियामेंट क्वेश्चन हुआ, जब कुछ डेथ्स हुई किसी की वजह से, ड्रग की वजह से, and myself was asked to go to his house to explain what is this all about. He said कि ये फार्माको रात के 11 बजे से 9 बजे मेरा टर्न आया, and 9 बजे से 11 बजे तक उन्होंने कहा. तो फिर अल्टीमेटली मॉरल ऑफ द स्टोरी इज, आई सेड जब तक आप इसमें पैसा नहीं लगाएंगे, क्योंकि हमें तो कोई डर था नहीं, हम तो प्रोफेसर थे, हमने कहा जब तक सर इसमें आप पैसा लगाएंगे नहीं तब तक ये कैसे प्रोग्राम होगा. एंड दैट वाज द टाइम व्हेन एडवर्सरी इन द पार्लियामेंट वाज कन्वर्टेड इनटू अपॉर्चुनिटी, एंड दैट वाज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द फंडिंग टू फार्माकोविजिलेंस प्रोग्राम ऑफ इंडिया. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, जो हम आज कह रहे हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव, अब हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव बदल गया है, अवेयरनेस क्रिएट हो चुकी है. सो नाउ व्हाट डॉक्टर कटोच हैज सेड, व्हाट नेक्स्ट, व्हाट डॉक्टर रघुवंशी हैज सेड, व्हाट नेक्स्ट इज आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव. हमें एक चीज, when I teach pharmacovigilance to lay public or to just simplify, मुझे एक गाना याद आता है. I can't sing good, but I can maybe many of you can remember this Gana. ये क्या हुआ, कब हुआ, कैसे हुआ, क्यों हुआ, मैं क्या जानूं, ये क्या करूं, कौन करे, कैसे रोके, ये सब हमारा काम. So this is what exactly is the pharmacovigilance. You have to know why this adverse drug reaction happened. You have to causality assessment, क्यों हुआ. Then you have to do कहाँ हुआ और किससे हुआ. सिंपली लैंग्वेज में ये है. और इसके बाद में हमारी कहानी रुकती नहीं है. उसके बाद में हमारी होती है इस पे साइंस क्या है, इसमें फार्माकोजेनोमिक्स क्या है, इससे क्या हुआ, मतलब इसका फार्माको इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट क्या है. एंड लास्टली मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, गवर्नमेंट विल आस्क, अब मैं क्या करूं. How we can translate this pharmacovigilance information to a system where you can prevent the further adverse reactions happening. How you can make the drug safe. जो डॉक्टर कटोच ने बड़ी एक सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बात की कि मैं दवाई खाता हूं सिर्फ 10 साल जब हो जाते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि 10 साल में हमने उसका फार्माकोविजिलेंस देख लिया, उसका PSUR देख लिया और हमको कॉन्फिडेंस हो गया. हम चाहते हैं कि ये जो हमारा PVPI है, फार्माकोविजिलेंस प्रोग्राम, हम उस कंडीशन में हो जाएं जब जनता हमसे कहे. हम डॉक्टर कटोच को इस समय सेक्रेटरी की तरह नहीं ले रहे हैं. अगर हम उनको एज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ जनता माने, हम अपने आप को जनता पब्लिक माने, तब हम ये कहने लायक हो जाएं, भाई तुम दवाई लो, मैं हूं ना, मैं हूं ना. और सरकार पूछे कि भाई अब हम क्या करें, ये तो 2 एडवर्स रिएक्शन हो जाए, फिर वो हम फिर उससे कहें तुम चिंता मत करो सरकार, मैं हूं ना. जब मैं यहाँ पे फार्माकोविजिलेंस प्रोग्राम है, मैं हूं ना कॉजलिटी असेसमेंट करने के लिए, मैं हूं ना तुमको पॉलिसी गाइडेंस देने के लिए, मैं हूं ना यहाँ पे तुमको प्रिवेंटिव स्ट्रेटेजी बताने के लिए, मैं हूं ना यहाँ पे सरकार को ये बताने के लिए कि पब्लिक में क्या मैसेज जाने चाहिए, क्या इंडिकेशन है. जब इंडस्ट्री हमसे पूछे कि यार हमारे यहाँ तो फार्माकोविजिलेंस प्रोग्राम ने तमाशा मचा रखा है, हालत खराब कर रखी है, कहते हैं कि एडवर्स रिएक्शन रिपोर्ट नहीं करोगे तो तुम्हारा हम लाइसेंस कर देंगे, ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे. तो आप कहो मैं हूं ना तुमको ये बताने के लिए कि रिपोर्ट करना कितना और क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, और अगर नहीं रिपोर्ट करोगे तो तुम्हारे लिए भी क्या नुकसान है. तो जब हम इस पोजीशन पे आ जाएंगे, जब हम ये कह सकेंगे अपने हर स्टेक होल्डर से कि मैं हूं ना, I think that is our objective. Our objective or the goal today is, हम डेटा बोलता है, हम कहते हैं डेटा बोलता है, and data speaks, and that is what we can see now. We have 850 centers of pharmacovigilance across the country, data, and therefore this has become from the first beginner of 10 centers when we were in AIIMS to now one, not one, is the largest program of pharmacovigilance in the world. I think we should clap for our success. It's the largest program of pharmacovigilance in the world. No country. When we met Dr. Ranjit Rai Chaudhary तब थे, हम उनके पास गए, मैंने कहा ये कैसे सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है जब मेडिकल कॉलेजेस भी नहीं होगा. So he was very instrumental in getting the pharmacovigilance program in all medical colleges compulsory. Now no medical college can be licensed without this. So this is nowhere in the world this happens. So we should propagate our success, our USP in the global. The data that from very few, now we have 1 lakh. So this is, all are the causes of our happiness, of our success, our celebration. But the most important thing is celebration, success, pleasure, happiness should not make us complacent. जिस समय हम complacent हो गए तो हमारा, क्योंकि ये एक ऐसा प्रोग्राम है कि अगर इसमें किसी भी फिजिशियन को, किसी भी सिस्टम को जो आज से 15 साल पहले या 10 साल पहले प्रॉब्लम थी, वो आज भी है. वो कहता है कि भाई मेरे पास 3 मिनट तो पेशेंट से इंटरेक्शन के लिए है, और तुम्हारा फॉर्म कहता है कि 3 मिनट जिसमें लगते हैं 5 मिनट भरने में, उसको भर के मुझे क्या मिलेगा. what I am to get it, this question is not only in India, this question is everywhere in the world. In India में ज्यादा है क्योंकि टाइम कम है पेशेंट के साथ में, तो हमको उसको इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस बताना, कंटिन्यूअस एजुकेशन इज इंपॉर्टेंट, इट्स नॉट इंटरप्टेड। और हमारा डेटा बताता है कि हमने 1 लाख लोगों को ट्रेन कर दिया। तो 1 लाख लोगों को ट्रेन किया, इन 1 लाख लोगों ने कितने लोगों को आगे चेन रिएक्शन किया, दैट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड दैट फीडबैक सिस्टम हैज टू बी देयर। डॉक्टर बिजॉन ने बड़ा अच्छा कहा कि हमको फार्मासिस्ट को इन्वॉल्व करना चाहिए, and I am advising one of the group who is now involving all pharmacy students, Pharm D and Pharma students through the technology, the digital technology, to incorporate the pharmacovigilance, adverse reaction, prescription monitoring, doing pharmacoeconomics in this manner, and that has been started in entire Bhopal, entire Madhya Pradesh going to be started, and some part of the Tamil Nadu, and we will soon sensitize the government of India कि इस प्रोग्राम को, डिजिटल प्रोग्राम को हम कैसे इसको इस्तेमाल करें। नाउ इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज, ये सिर्फ डेटा जनरेशन का ही फार्माकोविजिलेंस नहीं है, फार्माकोविजिलेंस इज मच बियॉन्ड दैट। नाउ वी, जैसे भी कहा प्रोफेसर कटोच, डॉक्टर कटोच ने भी बड़ा अच्छा कहा, और हमारे रघुवंशी साहब ने भी बड़ा डायरेक्शन दिया, व्हाट नेक्स्ट, हाउ, what is our proactive approach by which we can make this program more effective? एक चीज कि भाई जो फार्माकोविजिलेंस कर रहा है उसको कुछ दिमाग में फितूर तो आना चाहिए, he should get some kick out of it, scientific kick, which can be productive. So that is one important area, is the pharmacogenomics or pharmacovigilance linked with pharmacogenomics. Can we identify a population which can be predicted that this population will have more serious side effects, this population can have more efficacy, less efficacy? This is important, which is being done in a couple of countries. I am sitting in one of the country. I have just had a discussion 3 days back on this issue here. Anti-epileptic drug, people have developed chips that if there is a HLA 508, and if this is present, this is likely to show the Steven Johnson syndrome. और उस पेशेंट को अगर उन्हें पहले से ही स्क्रीन कर लिया तो हमको 80% ऑफ स्टीवन जॉनसन सिंड्रोम जो फैटल हो सकते हैं, 10% उसमें से we can prevent that. Similarly, if you have anticoagulant, similarly anti-diabetic, anti-cancer drugs, so anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, and cardiac drugs, anti-arrhythmic drugs, the drugs which are of narrow therapeutic window, and if we know and high toxicity, when you say narrow therapeutic window means there is a efficacy and the toxicity, the difference कम है, और उसमें हम फार्माकोजेनोमिक्स एनालिसिस कर दें, उसके बाद हम ट्रीटमेंट शुरू करें, then it will reduce the side effects and the toxicity. Prevention. The challenge here is not so easy. The challenge is to identify genes. The challenge, more challenge is to make this genetic susceptibility affordable and available at the place. Now, अभी डिफिकल्ट लगता है, लेकिन आपने कोविड में देखा कि हमारे जीन सीक्वेंसर इतने लोगों के आगे, जहां पे पहले एक सीक्वेंसिंग में 1 लाख रुपए लगता था, आज 12,000 में सीक्वेंसिंग, फुल जीनोमिक सीक्वेंसिंग हो रही है। एंड गवर्नमेंट इज इंटरेस्टेड कि अगर हम इसको, डीबीटी इज इंटरेस्टेड कि अगर हम इसको अफोर्डेबल कर दें, 500-600 तक रुपए ले आए, तो हम ऐसे क्रिटिकल केसेस में फार्माकोविजिलेंस में पीएचडी करने का इतना स्कोप हो जाएगा, जैसे कि डॉक्टर रघुवंशी ने कहा पीएचडी, अरे पीएचडी करने के लिए स्कोप ही स्कोप है। लोग कहते हैं फार्माकोविजिलेंस और टॉपिक कहाँ है? हैव वी हम अभी भी अनफॉर्चुनेटली जब फार्माकोविजिलेंस की स्लाइड दिखाते हैं तो एक बार विदेशी स्लाइड जरूर आ जाती है कि इतने करोड़ मिलियन डॉलर का इकोनॉमिक लॉस होता है। अरे भाई, हमारी कंट्री में कितने डॉलर का, कितने रुपए का नुकसान होता है इफ दिस पर्सन आर, how much prevention, how much crore million rupee we can prevent. मिलियन की बात करते हैं हम, करोड़ की बात करते हैं, हम इतने करोड़ रुपए बचा सकते हैं अगर वो एडवर्स इफेक्ट नहीं हो। कितने एडवर्स इफेक्ट की वजह से एडमिशन डेज हम रोक सकते हैं, ये हमारा डेटा अभी तक किसी ने जनरेट ही नहीं किया। तो क्यों ना हमारे फार्माको इकोनॉमिक्स हमारे जो फार्मेसी के पीएचडी स्टूडेंट्स हैं इस पे काम करें, क्यों न जीनोमिक्स पे काम करें, क्यों न ड्रग इंटरेक्शन पे काम करें जिसमें पीएचडी करें, और ये काम करना बहुत मुश्किल नहीं है. So we have to create a thrill in these. Lastly, if I say predictive pharmacovigilance, अगर हम ये प्रिडिक्ट कर लें कि ये ड्रग में सेफ्टी ये है, अगर अभी हमने देखा कि हम फार्मेसी हब बोलते हैं अपने आप को, हम अपनी पीठ थोपते हैं, लेकिन फार्मेसी हब अगर हम देखें, हाउ अवर फार्मेसी इज डिफरेंट. डॉक्टर बिजॉन साहब ने भी बड़ा अच्छा बताया कि फार्मेसी में हमारा पहला काम ही होता है कि फार्मासिस्ट दुकान पे हमको कंज्यूमर को कि ये कैसे हो रहा है, क्यों दे रहे हैं, कैसे कब खाना चाहिए, किससे खाना चाहिए. Many of the adverse reaction can be prevented with that. And that's why we have also launched KYP, Know Your Prescription Program. I will go into the detail maybe sometime later. ऐसी चीजें हमको इसमें करने की जरूरत है. So I would say, lastly I would say that word हमारी आज की current strength is data. Current strength is data. और डेटा हमारे पास 140 करोड़ पॉपुलेशन में 1 लाख रिपोर्टिंग is matter of satisfaction, but it is a matter of challenge also. ये challenge है, 1 करोड़ में 1 लाख population एक is not excellent. I would say it is satisfactory only. We have to go from satisfactory to good and good to very good. लेकिन क्योंकि reporting has always been a challenge, this is, I would say, a very encouraging. I will finish with just last one statement. How we should negotiate with our global partners. See, in 2010 at AIMS in my room, when there was a couple of people, including Dr. Surendra Singh, the DCGI then, and others were sitting. WHO के उपसला मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर के जो वहां के चीफ थे, वो नेगोशिएशन हो रहा था कि they used to charge $5,000 per year from India that to use their PVPI program. और हमारे पास $5,000 की ग्रांट बंद हो गई थी. हमने कहा भाई इसको वहीं हो. वो कहते नहीं, $5,000 तो हम आपके लिए कर रहे हैं, वैसे तो हमारा $10,000 का पर ईयर का है. आई सेड कि वी विल नॉट गिव दिस, हमारे पास है ही नहीं तो बंद कर दो. तो उन्होंने कहा 2 साल में. एंड नाउ आई रियलाइज दैट आई नाउ द स्टेटस इज दैट वी रिफ्यूज दैट. एंड हमने बाद में डिस्कशन किया, ये वही चीज है कि हम यहाँ से हिंदुस्तान में प्री इंडिपेंडेंस कपास भेजते हैं सारी, और हमको वहां से टेरिलीन या सूत के कपड़े आते हैं 10 टाइम्स महंगे. वी हैव टू गेट अवर ओन डेटा. थोड़ा सा पका करके उन्होंने हमको दे दिया और हमसे 10 गुना चार्ज किया. अरे वो हिंदुस्तान नहीं है अब. और अब देखिए, अब वही यूएस, वही उपसला मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर हमसे न तो पैसे भी नहीं लेता है और हमको 10 प्रमोशन करता है कि हम आपके ये ट्रेनिंग करा देंगे, वो ट्रेनिंग करा देंगे. अरे भाई, अब हम ट्रेनिंग हम कराते हैं दुनिया की. हमारा एक चीज में अभी हम पीछे हैं कि हमने जब डिसाइड किया था कि हम फार्माकोविजिलेंस में अपना प्रोग्राम यूज करेंगे, और हमारे एनआईसी ने अभी तक प्रोग्राम बना के नहीं दिया. So maybe through Dr. Kotoj, I will just say कि उसको हमें फिर से एक्टिवेट करना चाहिए कि हम क्यों नहीं अपना प्रोग्राम बना के, हम उस पर अटके हुए हैं कि अभी भी हम उपसला में ही भेज रहे हैं और वहां से फिर हम रिपोर्ट लेते हैं और उस हमारे ही डेटा से वो स्ट्रेंथ करके अपने आप को बड़ा बनाते हैं. तो जो हमारे डेटा से अपने आप को बड़ा बना रहा है, तो हम क्यों ना अपने डेटा से अपने आप को पहले बड़ा बनाएं और उसके बाद में हम दूसरे को बड़ा बनाएं. So that is my objective. Is I may not, I understand that I may be hurting somebody's sentiments, particularly those hearing from Uppsala. Lekin I think they will also be happy that because of your technical support from Uppsala, we have become not only independent, now we have become global leader. And the global leader, the only limitation is now we have to be very strong. And I compliment again Dr. Kotoj for steering this, and Dr. Raghuvanshi and all the members, particularly Jay Prakash and Dr. and that team of Jay Prakash and Kalai Salvan and entire team for wonderful efforts, and we are proud of this program. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, for great words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, Before we proceed to the end of the inauguration, we would like to felicitate eminent personalities today for their outstanding contribution to the Pharmacovigilance Program of India. We are indeed privileged to have you with us on this auspicious occasion, that is inaugural ceremony of 3rd National Pharmacovigilance Week 2023. Now I request Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi to kindly facilitate Professor Harmeet Singh Rehan. Presentation. Professor Harmeet Singh Rehan, Director, Professor and Head, Department of Pharmacology, Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi. He is Chairman of Quality Review Panel of PVPI. He had trained expert in pharmacovigilance, pharmacoeconomics, and pharmacoepidemiology. He is member of several national and international scientific bodies, including WHO, ICMR, etc., and National Program via Pharmacovigilance Program of India and Revised National TB Program. He is Commonwealth Fellow UK and visiting professor in University of Durham, UK. He had developed consensus guidelines for the management of dyslipidemia in Indians. He is member of several National Health Program of India, AFI, PVPI, MVPI, etc. He is pioneer in generating organs from autogenous stem cell and has published 120 original research papers in national and international journals of repute. He had been awarded with several prizes for research, publication, and co-curricular activities, sports, photography, etc. Moving on to contributions to Pharmacovigilance Program of India, he is currently appointed as Coordinator for Pharmacovigilance for Regional Center under PVPI. He is most active coordinator in the NCR region, voluntarily performing PVPI activity without pharmacovigilance associate. He has conducted various regional training programs for PV associates organized under the ambit of IPC. He has promoted pharmacovigilance activities amongst doctors, nurses, and pharmacists of Lady Hardinge Medical College and associated hospitals. He has organized various pharmacovigilance workshops in the orientation program organized by LHMC for the medical interns before the commencement of their internship. He is faculty and panelist in several panel discussions organized by several institutes or medical colleges across the country. He has published several original publications in the field of pharmacovigilance. In addition, member of National Causality Assessment Committee for AFI, COVID vaccines and vaccines under Universal Immunization Program. Now, I request Dr. Rajiv Singh Rangvanshi to kindly facilitate Dr. Meera Desai ma'am. She has joined with us virtually.
Thank you, ma'am, for all the help and support and guidance. We would be sending the plaque to post.
Professor Meera Desai, member Signal Review Panel of PVPI. She is clinical pharmacologist with 34 years of experience in medical education, drug safety monitoring, clinical research ethics, pharmacology and pharmacovigilance. She is chairperson, expert data review committee for pragmatic clinical trials on drug-resistant TB by ICMR. She is member of course advisory group and resource person for course on rational use of medical products by WHO India. She is Chairperson and member of DSMB and Safety Adjunction Committee of Phase 1 and 2 Clinical Trials of Drugs and Vaccines. She is CDSCO appointed GCP expert for inspection of clinical research facility, clinical trial sites, and ethical committees. She is member expert committee to assess FDC de novo by CDSCO. She has received CDRI Oration Award for outstanding contribution in scientific research, publication, and academicians by IPS. Now, moving on to contributions to Pharmacovigilance Program of India, she is currently coordinator of Regional Training and ADR Monitoring Center at BJMC Ahmedabad. She is member of Expert Reviewers Co-Training Panel and Signal Review Panel PVPI, faculty for Skill Development Program and Induction Cum Training Program for coordinators of ADR Monitoring Centers, PVPI and International Training Program. She has more than 20 publications on research articles, case reports, editorials, review articles related to ADR monitoring, PV, and spontaneous reporting medication errors, etc. Now, it's time to celebrate the achievements of Pharmacovigilance Program of India with the release of Performance Report 2022 to 2023 and Newsletter Volume 13, Issue 2, 2023. I would like to request our dignitaries to release the PVPI annual report and newsletter and join us in celebrating our accomplishments and aspirations. Thank you for your continued trust and support. Now I request Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi to kindly felicitate Dr. Bijon Mishra sir with the plant sapling. Now I request Dr. Rajiv sir to kindly facilitate Dr. Rajesh Kumar Sharma from NIB. Now I request Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi to kindly felicitate Professor H.S. Rihan sir. Now I request Dr. Jay Prakash to kindly facilitate Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi.
Felicitate is done for them.
Now I request our dignitaries to please release a new poster for public awareness on pharmacovigilance. As we come to the end of this remarkable inaugural ceremony, I would like to request Dr. R.S. Ray, Scientific Assistant, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, to conclude this incredible event with vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of National Coordination Center for Pharmacovigilance Program of India, IPC, before you with gratitude as we conclude the inaugural ceremony of the third National Pharmacovigilance Week celebration. First and foremost, I would like to extend our deepest appreciation to our esteemed guest, Professor V.M. Katoch, Dr. Bijon Mishra, Dr. Anup Anvikar, Professor Y.K. Gupta, Professor H.S. Rehan, and others who have taken time out of their busy schedule to grace this occasion with their presence. Your presence have added an extra spark to this event and will surely be the driving force for the success of this third National Pharmacovigilance Week celebration. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, for supporting PVPI with a very big heart in all the initiatives we took. And I would also like to express our sincere gratitude to all the coordinators, deputy coordinators, pharmacovigilance associates of regional training centers and ADR monitoring centers under PVPI for their unwavering voluntary support and cooperation in the interest of patient safety. Your support have been invaluable in making this pharmacovigilance program to reach common masses. Our heartfelt thanks goes to our Secretary cum Scientific Director IPC and Honorable DCGA sir for his support, motivation, and continuous guidance and giving free hand to make this National Pharmacovigilance Week a grand success. Sir, we, the entire PVPI team, would assure you that we will put our heart and soul to make this event a great success. A special mention goes to Dr. Jay Prakash, Officer in Charge, Pharmacovigilance Program of India, Dr. Kalai Selvan, Officer in Charge, Material Vigilance Program of India, Dr. Shashi Bhushan, Senior Scientific Officer PVPI, and Mr. Rishi Kumar for their important role in planning, execution, support, and commitment in bringing this nationwide National Pharmacovigilance celebration possible. Finally, we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of highly motivated and dedicated colleagues of PVPI and IT team who are instrumental in planning and execution of this event. A big thanks goes to the entire PVPI team, including pharmacovigilance associates who are working at the ground level tirelessly behind the scenes at several parts of the country to ensure this third pharmacovigilance celebration a grand success. I would also like to acknowledge the entire staff, both scientific as well as non-technical of Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ghaziabad, with special mention to Finance Division and Administration Division and Stores Division for their enormous support in organizing this event and providing the necessary facilities and services to make this third National Pharmacovigilance run smoothly. Last but not least, I would like to thank all the attendees, whether in person or those who are connected from various parts of the country virtually. Your presence here today is a testament to your commitment to patient safety and make meaningful contribution to the society at large. As we leave here today, let us pledge to continue work together to address the challenges in ADR reporting and make every common man understand the importance of reporting adverse drug reactions. So this national level event will only be successful with your support and cooperation. Thank you once again to all of you for being this part of this inaugural ceremony. We once again wish every stakeholder success in all the events during the third National Pharmacovigilance celebration from 17th to 23rd September 2023. Thank you and have a wonderful afternoon. Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. First, I would like to take a moment to capture the spirit of unity, team spirit that is fit in this room today. We have shared ideas, experiences, and smiles. Now it's time to preserve this wonderful memory with a photograph. So I request all the dignitaries and officials to kindly join us for a group photograph at reception, followed by lunch.
Good afternoon, best of luck.